On the news tonight, President Tinubu sends NSA, IGP, Chief of Staff, ministers to Oyo over Orire hostage situation. Governor Makinde meets families of Orire adoptees. NLC demands 1 million naira minimum wage. And on the foreign scene, Israel orders mass evacuation in southern Lebanon. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the news around the world. My name is Afolakemi Akombi. A presidential delegation has arrived in Oyo State following the adoption of 46 pupils and teachers from schools in Esiele and Yawota communities in Orire and Ogbomoso local government areas. The delegation, led by Femi Gbajabiamila, includes Nuhu Ribado, Olatunji Diso, Christopher Musa, Joseph Tegbe, and Sunday Dare. According to Sunday Dare, armed men simultaneously attacked Baptist nursery and primary schools in the affected communities, adopting about 46 pupils and teachers, while President Bola Tinubu has directed coordinated security efforts aimed at rescuing the victims and apprehending the kidnappers. The visit is part of the federal government's response to the incident as security agencies intensify operations to secure the release of those adopted and restore safety in the affected communities. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has met with families of victims recently adopted in Orire local government area, appealing for patience, understanding, and cooperation as the government intensifies efforts to secure their release. The governor, who met with the families, community leaders, and residents at the open field of Ahuresiele LA Basic School, assured them that his administration would leave no stone unturned in ensuring the safe rescue of the adoptees. Details of the governor's visit to Orire local government are presented by Governor's Office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, arrived at local authority basic school, Ahuresiele, at exactly 6:29 p.m. on Saturday, where he was received by families, friends, and relatives of the victims of the recent security incident in Orire local government area. The atmosphere was solemn and subdued as the governor consoled family members of the abductees, many of whom became emotional while appealing for safe release of their beloved ones. Addressing the community members of Ahuresiele and Yawota, the state governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, acknowledged that words alone could not ease the pain and anxiety being experienced by the affected families, but pledged to push beyond every limit to achieve a successful rescue mission. The governor recalled that nearly 200 operatives of the Western Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, had lost their lives in the course of combating security challenges across the state, disclosing that since the abduction occurred, he has been holding security meetings twice daily and working closely with security agencies to facilitate the victim's safe return.
And we are responsible to you. We will, by God's grace and the cooperation, we will bring back our children. And the teachers, this is the first time tí a rí irú nǹkan báyìí anywhere in Nigeria in terms of àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tí wọ́n gbé. Tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ secondary school ni a lè understand ikú tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ everywhere.
He further noted that while the family and communities are deeply awed by the incident, he also shares in their grief and concern, acknowledging that regardless of any grievance or demands the abductors may have, the action remained cruel, unacceptable, and inhumane.
I have not been sleeping well myself. But our service commanders still want to consider I meet every day. One in the morning, one in the night. With the assurance that barrel long, we will bring them out. Yeah. Because it's an ongoing operation, so the JP only security implication. I cannot say so much. Apart from key encourage you, I know you're bleeding. I am also bleeding in my heart.
In emotional appeals, Professor Wole Alamu, husband of the abducted school principal, Mrs. Fumilayo Ojo, whose daughter-in-law and 4 children are among those being held captive, as well as Mr. Aliu Said, a relative of 4 of the victims, pleaded with the governor to do everything within his power to secure the safe return of their loved ones.
Nítorí pé a mọ àwọn akitiyan tí ẹ ti ṣe látìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ṣẹlẹ̀, a sì mọ ribiribi tí ẹ ṣe fún wa. Ẹ ní ṣàṣetì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, kò sí ní sú yín, kò ní rẹ̀ yín.
Èmi ní kẹ́tẹ́ rí ọmọ mi mẹ́rin àti ìyàwó ọmọ mi tó pa ọmọ tó jẹ́ títà fún sùkúù nọ́sírì ní bẹ níbẹ̀ báwọn. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹgbàá wẹ́ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run ní tún yín sínú òun wáyé.
Àbúrò mi kejì ẹyọ kan jẹ́ mẹ́rin tí wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ dàpọ̀ ṣàánú wa yàtọ̀ sí ẹlòmíín náà ẹni tó ní mẹ́ta ẹni tó ní méjì ẹni tó lẹ́yọ̀ kan gbogbo wọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ dàpọ̀ ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
The governor later held a brief private meeting with the families of the abducted pupils and teachers to further discuss ongoing rescue efforts and provide reassurance of the government's commitment to the operation. It will be recalled that suspected bandits abducted some students and teachers of the Community High School, Auro Esiele, LA Basic School, Auro Esiele, and First Baptist Church Nursery and Primary School, Yawata, all in Orire local government area of the state on Friday, 15th May, 2026. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians to remain hopeful despite rising security challenges, assuring citizens that the federal government, security agencies, and international partners are working to address insecurity across the country. Speaking at a women's gathering in Ado-Ekiti, Senator Tinubu expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu is working tirelessly to tackle insecurity while encouraging Nigerians, particularly women, to remain hopeful, prayerful, and confident that the nation's challenges will become over. The First Lady also presented a 100 million naira business recapitalization grant to 2,000 women petty traders in Ekiti State and called for support for Governor Biodun Oyebanji ahead of the forthcoming governorship election, thanking residents for their support to the state governments. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has urged Antonio Guterres to invoke Article 99 of the UN chapter, warning that Nigerians' worsening insecurity marked by repeated killings, adoptions, and mass replacements across several states now poses a threat to international peace and security. In an open letter dated May 30, 2026, SERAP argued that the scale, persistence, and regional implications of the crisis have gone beyond a domestic concern, stressing that Article 99 was specifically designed for situations requiring urgent preventive diplomacy, sustained international scrutiny, and coordinated global action. The organization cited attacks, kidnappings, and humanitarian crises in states including Oyo, Benue, Borno, Plateau, Kaduna, and Zamfara, calling on the United Nations Security Council to intensify monitoring, strengthen civilian protection measures, support independent investigations, and ensure accountability for perpetrators of violence. We now take our first commercial break. Please stay with us.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pulp extract. For visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, for your shade of beautiful.
Thank you for staying tuned. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has uncovered consignments of ketamine and MDMA pills concealed inside water purifier machines shipped from the Netherlands to Nigeria, with the illicit drugs intercepted at a carrier company in Lagos State on May 26, 2026. In separate operations, NDLEA operatives arrested a couple, Musa Sunday and Mercy Sunday, alongside Salome Ezekiel in Kaduna State, after seizing 1,246 kilograms of strong, while another suspect, Sunusi Musa, was arrested along the Abuja-Kaduna Highway with 380 rounds of military-grade ammunition allegedly bound for Katsina State. The agency also recovered 457 kilograms of stone in Niger State, arrested a suspect linked to the seizure, and intercepted large quantities of tramadol, pentazocine, and promazepam along the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway, as NDLEA Chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa commended officers and urged them to sustain anti-drug enforcement and public sensitization campaigns nationwide. Fake and counterfeit drugs have remained a major source of economic and health concern to Nigeria and Nigerians alike. Despite the periodic counter-operations by regulatory and law enforcement agencies against the menace, the end seems not to be in sight in the country. In this report, Adebayo Abdurrafi takes a look at what constitutes a fake or counterfeit drugs, its implications on the health of individuals and the economy of the state, as well as various efforts at curbing the menace, among others.
The recent record of achievements of the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, across the country had opened a new phase of discussion on the gravity of the atrocities being committed by the agents of economic and health sabotage involved in the fake and counterfeit drugs business. Just in the last 3 to 4 months, fake and counterfeit drugs worth several billions of naira were raided from illegal drug markets in the south of the country. Speaking in an interview, a professor of pharmaceutics and industrial pharmacy at the University of Ibadan, Ayodele Odeniyi, highlights what constitutes fake drug and why its business has continued to boom in Nigeria. He explained that most fake drugs are now manufactured in Nigeria, while some are brought into the country through the porous borders. Professor Odeniyi also speaks on the numerous consequences of fake drug on public health and national economy.
For instance, somebody has a disease condition that has to be treated. Let's say somebody is hypertensive, and you go to buy a drug that's supposed to treat that disease, and it is a fake one. Or one, it doesn't contain up to the amount of drug that you are supposed to take, or it's even not even the actual drug. What will happen to the person? High blood pressure, leading to cardiovascular incidences, and the person may die.
Speaking during one of the recent destruction of fake drug exercise in Ibadan, the chairman, Federal Task Force on Counterfeit and Fake Drugs, Mohammed Shaba, disclosed that those engaging in the business are so fortified that it takes the collaborative effort of various security agencies, including the army, police, and other armed state security personnel, to conduct effective raid on markets where counterfeit drugs are sold.
We went into those markets and we are screening each shop and brought out products that are unregistered, products that are banned, like analgesic injection, controlled substances that shouldn't be sold anyhow, and antibiotics, antihypertensives, children medications, vaccines, very dangerous and important vaccines were all found in these very markets. And they were all evacuated because the market is not licensed to sell any of those things. They are not licensed by NAFDAC, and they are also illegal structures.
Both Professor Odeniyi and pharmacist Shaba enjoin people to be vigilant when buying drugs and not to hesitate in making necessary reporting whenever they encounter or suspect counterfeit drugs.
Drugs are not cheap, really. And people will tend to buy the cheaper things rather than the ones that are expensive that may be real or authentic. So people should be enlightened to purchase their drugs at registered pharmacies in particular or in their hospitals, not these roadside sellers and so on and so forth.
We want to call on Nigerians to please ask questions. When you see something, say something. If you buy any product, be it drug, be it food, be it cosmetics, if you are not comfortable with it, please report to the nearest NAFDAC office.
While reliable documentation is hard to come by because of the poor reporting system in Nigeria, it is on record that one major incident of counterfeit drug occurred in 1990 when 109 children were reported to have died after taking a stream of paracetamol syrup produced with toxic ethylene glycol instead of propylene glycol. It should be noted that a fine not exceeding 500,000 naira or imprisonment for a term of not less than 2 years, or both such fine and imprisonment, is the penalty stipulated in the Counterfeit and Fake Drugs and Unwholesome Processed Foods Miscellaneous Provisions Act for the offense of production, importation, manufacturing, selling, distribution of fake or counterfeit drugs. Because of the non-commensurate nature of the penalty, when considered with the magnitude of havocs it is capable of breaking, people in some quarters have been advocating for upgrade of the penalty to either life jail or death sentence. It is therefore germane for all and sundry to join various regulatory and enforcement agencies in combating fake and counterfeit drugs, which is now regarded as instruments of terrorism because of its ability to wipe out several souls within a short period of its circulation. Adebayo Abdurafi, BCOS News.
Cocoyam, a local tuber often overlooked on Nigerian dining tables, is now drawing attention for its impressive nutritional value. Health experts say the crop contains high-quality protein reported to be higher than that found in beans, alongside essential vitamins and minerals that support healthy living. Our reporter, Bimisola Adebayo, takes a closer look at the nutritional benefits of cocoyam and its availability in Nigerian markets.
Eaten, boiled, powdered, or used as thickener in soups. It is ranked third in importance after cassava and yam among root crops cultivated and consumed in Nigeria. Nutrition experts describe cocoyam as nutritionally superior to cassava and yam, owing to its rich dietary fiber and starch content, which aids digestion and helps prevent constipation. Speaking on the benefits of the tuber, a dietitian from the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Dr. Abdulsalam Olayinka, explained that cocoyam is highly nutritious and suitable for people of all ages, including children from 6 months.
Is more enriched with fiber that will control the sugar content in the blood. Also, it has appreciable amount of protein, which also can help, boosting the, amino acids in our body system. Not only that, it will surprise most of us that it has a better protein than even beans, because it has lysine and leucine, which is actually not present in beans and rice. So that is why we say combine beans and rice together so that you have opportunity of completing your protein. But I'm not saying that we should look at it as a source of protein alone, but it also can be considered as one of those food that we should plan to eat, especially when it is in season.
According to him, cocoyam contains essential vitamins such as vitamin B6 and vitamin C, as well as minerals including potassium, magnesium, and iron.
When once eat it, you might not even need to, have issue with, your mineral balance. That is the micronutrients. But one thing about cocoyam that I must also mention, talking about all the beautiful benefits, we can also say that there are some things like saponins, oxalates, that if cocoyam is not well cooked, might be present in the food that will now distort the absorption of other nutrients.
Despite its nutritional value, cocoyam experienced a decline in production in past years due to reduced harvest, making it scarce and expensive in many markets. However, recent improvements in cultivation have led to increased availability, with cocoyam gradually regaining popularity in Nigerian markets. A visit by the BCOS news crew to OJ Market in Ibadan revealed that sellers are still recording low patronage, though they remain hopeful that increased awareness of its health benefits will boost demand.
Kókò wọn jù sùn lọ torí pé kókò wọn jù sùn lọ ni wọ́n fi ń ra sí. Àgbà àwọn alákọ̀wé máa ń jẹ dáadáa. Àwọn ọmọ gbé lọ travel. Àwọn alákọ̀wé tí wọ́n mọṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lára.
Láti kẹta àti kékeré àti mọ̀ ń jẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn míì rẹ̀ àwọn tó wá rí àkókò rẹ̀ ò iná kíní náà wọ́n fi ń gúnyán iyán rẹ̀ mọ́ ń da kíní kẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ ń ṣe kíní kẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ ń ṣe. Báwọn míì mọ̀ pé ọmọ bọ́tà ní kálukú wa lè sí yìí bó nísìmọ́ kókó mọ́ dàbí alára.
Dr. Olayinka, however, advised Nigerians to ensure cocoyam is properly cooked and consumed in moderation, noting that excessive intake of any food can have adverse effects. Bimsola Adebayo, BCOS News.
The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has arraigned 15 Chinese nationals and 9 Nigerians before the Federal High Court in Abuja over alleged illegal lithium mining in Kokona local government area following the arrests on May 16, 2026. According to the mining marshal's commander, Atta Onoja, the defendants were accused of conducting unauthorized mining operations within an area covered by exploration license number 036528EL belonging to Timadex Geomine Consults Limited, contrary to provisions of the Miscellaneous Offences Act. Presiding Judge Ofile Ajumogobia granted the defendants bail on the condition that they deposit their international passports and national identity cards with the court registrar, while the case was adjourned to June 18, 2026 for trial, as the NLCDC reaffirmed its commitment to combating illegal mining and protecting Nigeria's mineral resources. Another time out. I'll be back.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone, because your underarms deserve more. Nivea is for skin.
Glad to know you're still there. The spokesperson of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Benson Upai, has described the proposed 100,000 naira national minimum wage being considered by state governors as unrealistic, insisting that Nigerian workers should earn as much as 1 million naira monthly to cope with the prevailing economic realities. Reacting to comments by Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, who described that governors were considering a new minimum wage of 100,000 naira, Upai argued that rising inflation, naira depreciation, increased electricity tariffs, higher fuel prices, declining purchasing power, and new tax measures have significantly raised the costs of living for workers. The Labour leader maintained that improved government revenues should support better worker remuneration, stressing that the workforce remains the nation's greatest asset, while noting that the current 70,000 naira minimum wage approved in 2024 has been eroded by worsening economic conditions and rising living costs. The employment landscape is rapidly evolving as remote work becomes increasingly prevalent across diverse sectors, evolving from an alternative step-up to a mainstream working method, particularly in fields such as tech, media, and customer service with digital tools facilitating tasks. BCOS reporter Fidora Afolagboye explored the growth of remote work and its influence on traditional employment.
The post-pandemic era has seen technological advancements and cultural shifts in the workplace, fundamentally altering how work is conducted today. Numerous organizations now acknowledge that employees can maintain productivity without being physically present in an office, resulting in broader implementation of remote and hybrid work models. Despite progress, challenges including poor internet access, limited face-to-face communication, and concerns regarding job stability remain. In spite of these concerns, experts foresee a continued growth in remote and hybrid work models, which will have a profound impact on shaping the future of employment. In an interview with BCOS News, entrepreneur Olubenga Ogunbowale stated that roles heavily reliant on computer-based tasks are better suited for remote work, highlighting the need for organizations to adapt to the swift pace of change characteristic of 2026.
For me, it's just adaptation. You have to adapt. And in terms of, we didn't do their job, they're working remotely, they have deliverables. So the question is, are they delivering on what they're supposed to deliver on? If they are, then you might be able to make one or two accommodations, especially for people that maybe live far away.
Mr. Olubenga noted that while talent is widely distributed, opportunities are not, urging employers to adopt more flexible work arrangements rather than rely solely on on-site operations. He also advised aspiring business owners to begin with on-site operations and transition to remote work as they grow, emphasizing that relationships, collaboration, and interpersonal interaction remain crucial, especially in the early stages of building a business.
My advice would be that for people who are just starting their career, you are way better off starting with on-site. If you've advanced in your career, maybe you spent about 5 to 10 years working, right? It's easier for you to go remote. But if you start with remote, it's very difficult for you to make some certain connections. There's some friendships and some relationships, professional ones, that are difficult to forge when you work remotely. Working remotely is, you won't essentially be able to forge very deep relationships when you're working remotely compared to when you're working on site and you're coming into the building, you're seeing people's faces, you're interacting, you're walking along the road. A lot of side discussions can happen, like when you're walking along the road or during your break. So you have opportunities, multiple opportunities to forge deeper bonds when you're working on site. That cannot happen when you're working remotely.
Two remote workers shared their experiences, highlighting what motivated their transition from formal employment to remote work, as well as the key advantages and challenges they face compared to office-based roles.
What are the advantages and challenges are faced working remotely compared to a traditional 9-to-5? I would say freedom. That's keyword, freedom. The freedom of not just being able to wake up when I want, or the freedom to be able to do whenever I want. No, that freedom to work when I am at my best. So I do not find myself working by the clock or working when I'm not the most productive. Remote work allows me to work when I am the most productive. So it means when I work remotely, I bring more value.
Established structures. As organizations continue to adjust,
incidents circulating on social media aggressively to correction, sometimes even from considered moral parts of communal life, where elders could guide and caution younger individuals, is now increasingly met with resistance, hostility, and in some cases, outright disrespect. BCOS correspondent Temitope Ogunleye reports.
Moral decadence has become a growing concern in today's society, especially among young people whose behavior is often seen as reflecting a decline in respect for authority, elders, and established social values. One of the most noticeable trends is the increasing tendency of some youths to corrected by adults outside their homes, particularly on issues such as dressing, public conduct, and general attitude. In the past, child upbringing was largely a collective responsibility, with members of the community playing active roles in instilling discipline and moral values. Today, however, this shared responsibility is gradually eroding as some youths now view correction from non-parents as interference, often reacting with hostility or disrespect. A counseling psychologist, Professor Adebayo Oluwole, notes that the situation can be partly attributed to generational gaps, where differences in upbringing and exposure make it difficult for both young people and adults to understand each other's perspectives.
The main thrust of the issue is that many parents these days put so much pressure on the children and they want them to change drastically, whereas these children have been left untrained for years. So it's difficult to malleate, or it's difficult to change their mindset. And some of them are into hooliganism, they are into rebelliousness due to drug exposure. So when people are under influence of drugs, it will be very difficult for them to reason clearly, and for that reason, they may misbehave.
According to him, exposure to drug abuse and substance use further complicates the issue as it affects clear reasoning and may lead to irrational behavior. He adds that young people exposed to domestic violence at an early age may begin to see aggression as normal, which can manifest in their interactions with others.
The best laboratory in the world to make mistakes and correct yourself is from home. But when the home is not settled, when the adults in the home, they are violators of rules and regulations, then how are we going to properly mentor the young ones in our society? Because we all put the blame on government for anything that go wrong, but in what way are we doing the right and appropriate thing?
Professor Oluwole stresses that moral training begins at home, noting that when the family structure is unstable and adults fail to model discipline and good values, it becomes increasingly difficult to guide the younger generation effectively.
The report was presented by Olubumi Lawal. The rising cost of cooking gas has become a growing concern for many households across Nigeria. What was once seen as a convenient and cleaner cooking option is now becoming increasingly expensive for the average family. This situation is forcing some families to rethink their daily cooking choices as they adjust to the economic pressure. Our reporter, Oyeshile Oloide, takes a look at how this increase in cooking gas prices is affecting households and what it means for everyday living in Nigeria.
In recent months, the price of liquefied petroleum gas, commonly known as cooking gas, has witnessed a notable rise in several parts of the country. This increase is largely attributed to supply challenges, transportation costs, and fluctuations in the foreign exchange market. As a result, Many Nigerians are now adjusting their cooking habits, with some reducing usage or exploring cheaper alternatives. For many households, what was once a convenient cooking option is now becoming a growing financial burden. According to a retailer of liquefied petroleum gas, Mr. Olaiton Oyetoro, the recent rise in cooking gas price was mainly due to unstable supply and shortage from the source. He noted that the distribution chain was affected, making it difficult for retailers to get steady supply. He added that gas prices were not strictly regulated, so market forces of high demand and low supply drove the increase. According to him, improving regular supply was a key to stabilizing price for consumers.
Normally, is what has been happening. That is, let's say, since the beginning of this year. Although there was a time the price is coming down, later we just noticed that the price goes up again. So the price is not stable. So, and I think it's due to supply trends. That is where the product is coming. That is where we have problem.
Okay, so what are the challenges you are experiencing now, getting to supply from depots and all of that?
We have 3 stages of supply in this our business. There is a depot, that is people that is getting from depots. Then there is those are the obstacles. Then the people that are selling from that have big tank, those are the marketers. Then we are the retailers. So we are the very closer to the public. So, but from our own end, we noticed that the thing just get off the market, even to get it, even for the fact that the price increase, to get it is still a problem. So we now have to inquire. And what they told us is that they are getting supply of 4 trucks. Now they can managely get 1 truck to supply all the stations. So that means there is shortage from the source.
Speaking with some retailers, they explained that the increase in cooking gas price has become a recurring challenge affecting both sellers and consumers, with price rising from about 1,200 naira to as high as 1,700 naira per unit. They added that the situation is largely beyond individual control and called for government intervention to stabilize the market, while advising consumers to store gas when possible due to the unpredictability of prices and supply.
Actually, nobody can actually tell what caused it. So these have been yearly challenges that everybody is facing. In this year, we have sold 1.2, we sold 1.3. What we used to sell 250, 300, 400, 500 before. But presently, if you can see gas now, for not those that have big plants, but for skid like this and the retailer, those that sell with bottle, the minimum you can see on gas now is 1,700 naira. This thing is our natural resources. We are the one that we are in charge of this thing. So we should not be experiencing these difficulties in our own country. These things are coming in excess. So we personally, I don't really know what can cause the scarcity. Because we all know that this thing is in excess. We have it in excess. So what actually caused the scarcity, nobody can tell.
At Wednesday, was okay. But actually, Wednesday, kilo shele. On sọ fún pé àbúyá àti ọkọ̀ gbọ́ gbà tó ọkọ̀ wọn díẹ̀ tó gbà yẹn fún àbíyá bíi 1.6 wọ́n ní pé bóyá torí ìjà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ni ó fi di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ di báyìí pé kìíní bọ́ ní ìsìnbáyìí nísìnyí kò tiẹ̀ ṣe é ṣe lórí gbogbo even sef gan ó ti kọjá òye everybody wa gan báyìí gan náà torí kìíní àwọn customer kankan wọ́n ń complain wípé pé gáàsì tí wọ́n jù kíníkan bọ̀ wípé ó ti wọ́n jù ó. With
the rising cost of cooking gas, many households continued to adjust their daily living to cope with the pressure. Stakeholders called for improved supply and stability as consumers hope for relief in price. Oyeshile Oloyede, BCOS News.
And on the foreign scene, Israel Rani River in southern Lebanon as it expands its invasion of the country before a possible military operation in the city of Nabatea. In a post on social media platform X today, Israel military Arabic spokesperson urged residents to move immediately north of the Zarani River, warning that anyone who remained in the area would be putting their lives at risk. Israel had issued more than 10 displacement orders in the previous 24 hours as it expanded its offensive against Hezbollah after its forces crossed the Litani River on Friday for the first time since 2006. Israel seized Beaufort's castle, which sits atop a strategic hill near Nabatea, Lebanon's fifth largest city. The Israeli military previously captured the 12th century fortress in 1982 and maintained control of it until withdrawing from Lebanon 18 years later. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz described the capture as a significant tactic victory. To end the news tonight, here again are the main points. A presidential delegation has arrived in Oyo State following the adoption of 46 puppies and teachers from schools in Esiele and Yawota communities in Orire and Ogumosho local government area. The Oyo State's Governor, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, has met with families of victims recently adopted in Orire local government area, appealing for patience, understanding, and cooperation as the government intensifies efforts to secure their release. The spokesperson of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Benson Upai, has described the proposed 100,000 naira national minimum wage being considered by state governors as unrealistic, insisting that Nigerian workers should earn as much as 1 million naira monthly to cope with prevailing economic realities. And on the foreign scene, Israel has ordered the forced displacement of all residents living south of the Rani River in southern Lebanon as it expands its invasion of the country before a possible military operation in the city of Nabatea. BCOS TV is now on Niger TV app, and you can watch us from any part of the world. You can also reach us on GoTV channel 134 and 113 on Star Times. Now, before I go, if you see something suspicious, alert the authorities immediately for timely response. Be vigilant. Thank you for watching. Good evening.
Honorable Justice Aderunke A. Aderemi, retired, Chairperson, Oyo State Rule of Law Enforcement Authority, the entire management and staff of OLIA, extend our warmest congratulations to Your Excellency, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, FNSC, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, on the occasion of the 7th year anniversary of your administration. Your Excellency, 7 years in office reflects good governance, visionary leadership, and a firm commitment to the safety and well-being of the people of Oyo State. One cannot speak of Oyo State today without recognizing the fact that there is stability and tranquility that your tenure has nurtured. Your administration has fostered peace, upheld the rule of law, and created an enabling environment where institutions like Oyo State Rule of Law Authority can thrive and deliver on her mandate. We at OLEA at this time especially thank you for equipping and empowering the authority, which has strengthened our capacity to enforce the law and promote order across the state. As you mark this milestone, Your Excellency, Oyo State Rule of Law Enforcement Authority celebrates your dedication to a peaceful, progressive, and prosperous state. Happy 7th year anniversary, Your Excellency.
The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here. Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
Every day with Hypo. Dirty and stains no fit do us shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, Hypo, go Hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo.
Nigeria. We've always been a communal nation. But how do we prove this and how do we access essential services? Introducing Local Government Proof of Address Initiative. It's your key to a more secure and prosperous future. With the POA initiative, it has become easy to track and prevent crimes. Imagine this, a customized verifiable proof of address issued by your own local government where you reside. No more guesswork.
With my new proof of address, getting a bank loan was so easy. It was easy to know exactly where I live, and I felt so secure.
I used mine to regularize my business. It was fast, efficient, and the officials were on hand to help me with the process.
This is about a verifiable system that unlocks opportunities for everyone. The Local Government Proof of Address Initiative secures your future. Prove your address and help build a better Nigeria. Visit your local post offices and selected registration centers today.
Announcer, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, NIPOST and Algon.
Football lovers, movie lovers, family entertainment fans, get ready for something big because StarTimes is giving you Over Jara. For a limited time, when you recharge for 2 months, you get upgraded to the next bouquet free. That's more sports, more movies, more kids shows, more entertainment at no extra cost. Over Jara. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Hi, Honorable Abdulmajid Olawale Mogbonjubola, hereby felicitate with His Excellency the Executive Governor of Oyo State on his 7 years in office. And I'm using this opportunity to say more prosperous years ahead. I wish him a wonderful time in office. There's a saying in Yoruba that says, Eti Ruresa, Esore Lagbara Olo. And I'm saying this on behalf of the Ministry of Public Works and Transport, that we're so grateful for your immense development into your state in the last 7 years. Is it the circular road? Is it the inner roads in Ibadan or your state at large? Is it the Malia Isai Road? I mean, you've done wonderfully well. Is it the Iwo Road Motor Terminal? I mean, you have done so well for your state in the last 7 years. And if I'm permitted to say this, I'm saying Engineer Seyi Makinde, you surpasses what the government, all other administrations have done in the last 7 years. And I'm saying congratulations and more grace to your elbow. And I wish you what you wish yourself. You've declared for your candidature as, I pray that God will grant your heart desire. And I want to say congratulations, all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
From 11 June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches on 4 dedicated channels, live on SuperSport, only on GoTV.
Ìwé Àìsáyà orí kẹtàléláàádọ́ta ẹsẹ̀ ìkeje. A jẹ ní ìyà, a sì pọ́n ní ojú, ṣùgbọ́n òun kò ya ẹnu rẹ̀. A mú wá bí ọ̀dọ́ àgùntàn fún pípa àti bí àgùntàn tí ó yadi níwájú olùrẹ́rù rẹ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ya ẹnu rẹ̀.
Kemi leye, ojia kemi ma bajia, opade ẹkún sórí rẹ̀, kemi lè gbàdé iye.
Oku kemi leye, ojia kemi ma bajia, opade ẹkún sórí rẹ̀, kemi lè gbàdé iye.
Oku kemi leye, ojia kemi ma bajia. Opade ẹkún sórí rẹ̀, kemi lè gbàdé iye.
Ikú oró
wọ́ọ̀kù lọ́rọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ láti kéde nílé akéde tọ̀yọ́ ni ó nílò kó ṣe mọ́ dára rẹ̀ láàmú sọ pé òun wọkọ̀ bọ̀ wá sílé akéde lóríta Basọ̀run ìlú Ìbàdàn mọ́ pàápàá jùlọ láti ṣe ìkéde yẹn polówó ọjà yẹn tàbí fi tótọ́ tó sì yẹ tó àwọn aráàlú létí bóyá nípa àpàdé nípa àsọjí àbí nǹkan kan àbómi ìtẹ́bálẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ torí agbègbè àgbáyé kẹ́ẹ̀nà tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe hàn wá 09158703300 lórí agbègbè kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ WhatsApp nọ́mbà yìí kan náà mọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ stress-free courtesy BCOS. You don't have to stress yourself coming down to Ile Akede Orita Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn again to make that announcement or place that advert. Book online, personal paid announcements, obituaries, or in memoriam, annual conventions, workshops, crusades, social diaries, inter-house sport competitions, musical shows or concerts, and other promotions. Very simple. Go online to book for transmission on BCOS radio channels or BCOS TV, or simply call 091 5870 3300 or WhatsApp on the same number 091 5870 3300. BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
I'm looking for a gold chain. Have you seen it?
No. Gold chain.
I left it in the side drawer of my bedroom. Did you clean my room?
Yes, I cleaned your room. But I swear I did not see anything that looked like gold chain. Let me help you search again. Let me help you search the room.
I have searched everywhere. I've searched here, there, everywhere.
Let us search again. Hey, gold chain. Mbakwa. Chineke me. Go.
See, you know what? Leave. See, maybe you saw it. I decided to keep it somewhere safer. So think about it. If you remember, please call me. It is very, very expensive. See, you can go now, please.
Miss Maya, please, let me help you search and arrange.
I said go.
If you travel with me to the Europe, you will make so much money. I mean, no one would accuse you of stealing this or stealing...
Please, leave this Europe matter out of this. Europe this, Europe that, Europe everything. Leave Europe for now, I beg. I'm talking about something very serious.
That's what I'm talking about. If you travel with me, honestly, under 1 year, you make so much money and build houses. Build a lot of houses.
Do you understand? I mean, you'll not be here answering yes ma to one small girl. Do you understand? You make so much money. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Let's go abroad. Things will change. You make so much money. Eh?
I'm tired. I'm just tired.
Let me take care of you. It's okay.
Oh. Madam, please don't arrest me. Please, see, I swear, I don't know anything about that gold chain.
No, not at all. Please. I had to come in person. I came to apologize. I found the gold. I am really sorry for the inconvenience and how the whole thing looked. Please forgive me.
Thank God. But you didn't need to come. You should have just called me on the phone.
No, I had to come in person. You deserve that much.
How are you?
Kosi, you don't want to greet me?
Good afternoon, Ma.
Good afternoon, dear. How was school today?
Rocking the world.
The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here. Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
Dirty and stains no fit do us shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, go hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Àwọn kan máa ń sọ pé ẹ̀kọ́ dìrọ̀rùn. Àmọ́ èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí abiyamọ, mo rí ìpèníjà fún ọmọ mi. Nítorí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe máa ń fún ní Bonvita mu lójoojúmọ́. Bonvita ń fún wọn ní agbára láti máa yege lójoojúmọ́.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too.